absolutely gorgeous. You can really see how attractive this plane is. Hey, how are you going today, guys? Thanks for tuning in again to Hearns TV. It's always a pleasure to have all of you model makers and hobby enthusiasts having a look at our videos online. But anyway, moving right along, it's me again, Dan, and I'm going to take you through an unboxing video today of an awesome model kit. This particular one, this plane is a real favorite of mine, actually. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you guys today the A-4M Skyhawk. This Skyhawk is a fantastic little attack fighter, little attack jet from quite a while ago. I think there might be still a few of them in service to this day. This thing came about as a result of the need for a lightweight, low-cost, subsonic, which means it can't break the sound barrier, attack jet for the United States Navy and the United States Marine Corps. And one of the parameters was it had to cost under $1 million. And at the time, I think they had a price, they ended up coming in about $920,000, which is remarkably cheap for a frontline fighter jet, even in its day. First flew about 1954, entered service in 1956. And yeah, nearly 3,000 of them were made. Actually, it was employed by, and because it was so small and compact, and it had carried a wide range of weapons, it was a favourite amongst nations that had smaller aircraft carriers. Like Australia, we used the A4G model, and up until fairly recently, the Brazilian Navy on their aircraft carrier, they used the Skyhawk as well. Yeah, alright, so let's have a look on the inside. I'll talk you through it a little more as we go along. So, yeah, check this out. This is a Trumpeter kit, and this is a 1/32 scale. Pretty decent size, as you can see, as you can tell by the box. And I love the box artwork on the front of this. Absolutely gorgeous. You can really see how attractive this plane is. This particular one, like I was saying, the M model was specifically designed for the United States Marine Corps with a more powerful engine and much better avionics. One of the dead giveaways of the A4M, although it was on some of the other models as well, is here, the dorsal hump right there, which I believe was for additional fuel. And all right, let's have a look-see. Shall we open that up? Off to the side over there. That can go over there. Now I'll start you off with the instruction manual. And nice big page. Folds out. Oh, look at this. Very nice. All right, before we go through the instructions, look at that. Yes, nice color pictures of where all the decal stickers would go on this kit. And then on the other side, as you can see here, different decal. Hold it up so you can have a bit of a closer look. And here we have some of the weapons packages, the weapons that it would carry, just down there. You have a look. Yeah, gorgeous little plane. I always like to see the when they include colors of where the decal goes, or you can have a look at the camouflage or the paint scheme on it. And we'll have a flick through. Yes, the engine, fuselage, you can see all coming together. And then the darker parts, so you know which pieces are going where. Excellent. Not bad at all. Alright, let's have a look at the kit itself. We'll start off now. We've got here the rear of the fuselage and the vertical tail there. And here, as you can see on that part, these were the air brakes. They would fold out, create a little bit of drag and help slow the aircraft down. And that would be them there, as you can see. And then we've got bulkheads on the interior of the fuselage. And this looks to be here, those two parts there and there, they look to be the firing ports for the two guns that it had, 20mm cannons. They were in the wing roots. I'll obviously be getting to them a little bit later though. So chuck that one there. The other than Australia and the United States, and as I mentioned, Brazil, the A-4 Skyhawk was used by Israel. It was also used by Indonesia. It was Argentina. And some of its most successful combat was done during Yom Kippur, Vietnam, and obviously during the Falklands as well, when the Argentinians used it to attack the British task force. And here we have underneath of the wings and the under part of the fuselage, and this is where the landing gear would retract into the aircraft. And here we have the wings, and just there and there. This is where the wing roots would be, and then on the top parts and the underneath parts, that's where the firing ports would be for the 20mm cannons, just on either side, right there. Very versatile payload. Quite a nimble aircraft as well, this Skyhawk. It was nicknamed the Scooter by its, affectionately nicknamed, what I should say, by its pilots. You may remember in the original Top Gun, the A-4 Skyhawk was flown by the guys that the F-14s went up against. And here, the front part of the fuselage and the nose of the aircraft there, and that's obviously where the pilot would sit, and the air intakes, and I think that looks, and more of the air intakes there, and once again the wing root where cannons would fire out. And here is the refueling probe, and it would sort of stick out there to help, and there it is there, the very tip, that's the part that would attach to the refueling drogue. Excellent. More of the air intakes. More of the air intakes there. And just quick, actually, before I put that one away, good details on this. Very good details. Nice and smooth, semi-recessed, just a little bit, not very much, but just enough to really keep it, you know, true to form, so to speak. I'm not sure if the camera's doing it justice, but the details on that are very, very good. I like that a lot. This is an excellent kit. Trumpeter have never really disappointed though in any of the other videos that I've done. And here, there's the hump that will go along the dorsal part of the aircraft. Give it that distinctive shape as you saw on the front of the box. Now, what else have we got? Control surfaces. Yeah. Now I'll hold these up. These we've got the rear tail planes there, and then you've got the flaps and ailerons and whatnot to help control it in flight. These will all be attached to the wings right there. And what's next? The engine. Very good details on this engine. As you can see, all of the I'll see if I can get a little bit more light. There you go. Now you can see it much better there. All the details. You can really spend a bit of time on that with panel wash, and you know, bring out the features, make it look a little as authentic as possible. Here, just there, this goes on the inside of the aircraft. On these outside here, the air intakes would be just out there, drawing it in to that one point that feeds into the front of the engine, and right there where the turbine blades are. Yeah, aspirating the engine. And there's the seat for the pilot. Slightly cramped cockpit actually in the Skyhawk. It was designed to be quite small to save space on the aircraft carrier. So yeah, not a lot of wiggle room, I'm afraid. And then there's the interior right there, the cockpit, with all some of the controls just next to the pilot. And then here, what else have we got? Disposal stores on the outside. These are external fuel tanks, as you can see, quite big and chunky. So you got two, and these are the pylons that would attach it just underneath the wing. The range, I don't remember what the range was on an A4, but it was quite moderate because, once again, it was a small plane. Not a lot of room internally to store fuel. And that's consequently the addition of the dorsal fuel tank. And here, my favorite part. Oh, actually, no, not quite. We won't do that just yet. I'll show you this screw first. Yes, here we go. All right, now these are the covers for the landing gear, just there. And then these I'll just flip that over. These will go inside of on the inside of the wings, on the underside, as I was showing you earlier. But this is where the landing gear would retract back into the aircraft. As you can see, there's the main nose just there. Also, the nose wheel, should I say, just there. And a little bit more bulkheads on the inside, holding the wings together. And there's your more of the landing gear for the rear part, for the rear landing gear, should I say. More parts for the rear landing gear. That there. Now, my favorite part, the weapons package. Now, despite the fact that it was a small aircraft and it was called a light attack aircraft, to put into perspective, the Skyhawk could carry around 3,900 kilos of weapons, which was actually more than a B-17 heavy bomber from the Second World War. So despite the fact that it was a tiny little aircraft, it packed quite a punch indeed. And I'll just hold it up so you can see here. These is Maverick missiles. These are guided missiles, usually for anti-armor duties. And then you have just ordinary freefall bombs there. And just these ones here, these are called retarded bombs. These are meant to be dropped at low level, and after they're dropped, these parts here at the back actually open out, and they slow the descent of the bomb as it goes onto the target, giving the aircraft time to get away. A lot of those were dropped in Vietnam, actually. And what do we got here? Yes, more of the Maverick missile, and more of the bombs just there. And here you have little bits of the control surfaces that would go on the tail parts of the bomb. Right there. Let's see what else. Big chunky missiles. Now, look at this. This looks to be a walleye, which was a very early, one of the earlier guided missiles, a big beefy one actually. And this looks to be a Bulldog missile, which is another one of the early guided missiles. And these were the, as you can see, the tail parts, the control surfaces that help guide it in flight. And this looks to be a Shrike, which was a anti-radar missile. The newer generation of this, called the Hump. You may have seen it in the news lately. Hump missiles have been fitted to Ukrainian jets and been used against Russian surface-to-air missiles. There, big beefy bombs for big targets. Now, show you a little bit more. Here they are again. Even out the weapons load. The Walleye and the Bulldog and the Shrike again. And of course all the control surfaces. Now, I mentioned details before on the engine and on the exterior, but when I got to this part of the kit, now this is something that I was really impressed with. Now, these are the pylons where the dumb bombs, I guess you could say, I was showing you earlier. They would be fitted onto racks. They could usually carry about 6. And if you have a very close look here, I'll show this to you. There. Right there. All of the little attachments that would go from the bomb to the pylon. That's extreme detail. I'm very, very happy to see that, actually. Yes. True to form. Very true to form. I like that very much. And what else have we got? Oh, almost through this one, guys. So, what I'm going to show you now is we do have one of the bonuses of this is you get photo-etched parts. And have a look, show it to you there. For the interior of the cockpit. your control panels, and even the seat belts, the seatbelt straps for the pilot. Excellent detail. Photo-Etch can be very difficult to deal with, but when you attach it and paint it, it's all painted, and it can really enhance the visual effect of the model once it is finished. And then another welcome addition is actual rubber tires. Excellent, very good. And lastly, guys, of course, the canopy. Gently take that off. There. And just inside the cockpit, your instrument display there. You're gonna want some magnifying glasses to get the details on that one, and then the canopy itself, where the pilot would be looking out. Yeah, what an excellent kit! I really like this. There are a great many kits on the market for the A-4M Skyhawk, but I chose this one because it's a great big 32 scale. It was big and was eye-catching, and the A-4M, the Marine Corps version, it's yeah, really tough. The Skyhawk 2, I think it was properly designated, but always known as the Scooter. Yeah, beautiful little plane, remarkable history on it. I recommend that you look up on YouTube some of the documentaries that are on there, and you'll get to see, you know, interviews with the pilots and about what amazing things that they did with this little plane and how long it was around for. And yeah, excellent aircraft, amazing history. Anyway, guys, once again, thanks for tuning in. I hope you really liked that video. I liked making this one. Yeah, I always hope to see you in store. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I look forward to you tuning in next time. And as always, rock and roll, baby. Cheers.